Alright, so yeah, this is the level 15 quest, Saving the Sun in Kraganmore. Some kid's been abducted, and we're rescuing him, I guess. Something to that effect.
He's an asshole, though.
Sandress. Has he stolen any cars? Is this Grand Theft Auto Sandress? Sandress Crypts. It's elves, so there won't be any Draugr in here, presumably.
I have no memory of this crypt.
Well, then maybe you haven't done the quest, and it's just that sharing is bugged
I
as
think
usual.
I have, because I remember smacking those spiders.
Yeah? Oh, okay. Oh. Any good loot in here?
Wow. Probably. I've
No.
got a blue weapon of some kind. I might have gotten it. Who knows? Maybe it'll give me another one.
Oh, and there are also supposed to be these clue bits. Find clue to opening performance. I guess it's just a little bit of dialogue or something.
Before the three, as is my
Wow.
right and my duty, I greet you as the eldest of the brothers
I need
Randor.
to ask you about a performance.
No one has asked about the sacred performance in a long while, Noir. You dare brave the wrath of the murderous
But there's a
order?
clue over here.
Would you risk death to learn my secret knowledge?
I love it over here. It's like, it's not for me, it's for a friend.
Very well, the first part of the performance goes like this. One day, in full view of the Noir, the Mera
Hey, keep going, I'm going to write this down.
And so he crushed some muck sponge pulp into a netch's tentacles. There, go, and bother me.
They
no
basically
more.
just skip over the whole thing and say, and you wrote it down.
Sacred
But
oath.
just like in real
That
life.
is the only portion of the performance I am allowed to impart. Seek more knowledge in the Mora, where the bitter green grows thick among the bar. Performance of the sacred rite requires exact preparation. True humor must be taken seriously, so an improper performance...
These people take their comedy seriously.
Those who fail find themselves face down in the Hackalow. Well, have a snifter of grief then, Mutsera Swit. Just know that Kraganmore is the ancient home
Oh.
of the mirthless
Some
order.
random guy showed up
If
and
your
dudes
friend
for me.
performs the rite improperly,
What a guy.
he will be slain.
Okay, so basically, the clues for the performance are basically memorized dialogue. You have to do really good comedy, otherwise
Oh,
they
I
kill
seem to
you.
remember this then. Yeah, he does fine. Spoiler.
Well, I don't know. Is it possible to fail? Like, if we don't get all the clues and tell him to do it anyway,
I think he
can
does
he die?
anyway. Actually, I think like
That would be
that's
kinda
his
neat.
goal.
Oh.
Actually, you know what? Clearly, I don't remember
Oh.
anything. I have no idea.
One of the things that I like about these kinds of games is that quests have more than one possible outcome, and you can just fail them, or you can just complete it with what you would normally consider to be a bad result. And it isn't necessarily that like, oh, I failed that, I'm going to restore from a save and do it again to get the right ending.
I do like that. I like doing quests the super easy way, where it's like if it gives you the option, go do this and go do this to ensure that you save the most lives, versus just press X to start the next step. Fuck all the lives.
Well, I don't mean about that. I just mean, I don't know, sometimes you want to play a character who's not so interested in being a hero all the time, or sometimes you just want a different result, you know?
If you wish to brave the mirthless order, that is your
I don't think
choice.
I ever roleplay
Here's
as
the second
characters who
Okay,
aren't
notes.
all the time heroes.
Bled all
But
across
I
the
do
Angmar
roleplay
and
as
poured
lazy
their shame
heroes.
upon the ground.
Alright, so that's the second clue. Oh, well, this guy's pretty dead. This little random loot doesn't seem like much of anything. Okay.
You know what? Hold on a minute. I'm gonna go into my bathroom and see if I have any Pepto Bismol.
Okay. I'm just gonna fight this guy. Or girl. Fighting a fire mage with fire, which is probably not a great idea. Alright, well it worked, so. Oh, two guys respawned behind me, that's clever. If I stand here, these guys are probably gonna respawn right on top of me, aren't they? Any loot? Loot? Any loot? No, looks like no loot. Ooh, wow. Oh. Just got knocked down and somebody came in from behind me and killed the guy. Oh my god, it's a crowd all of a sudden. Like half a dozen people just blew by me.
Well, I didn't actually think I had any, but it turns out I do. It expired in January of 2012, and it's really just a paste at the bottom.
Chalk? Uh-huh.
Well, alright, time to drink this. Oh, this is gross.
It got really crowded in here.
Well, that was disgusting.
That's the book. Exodus from
I'm
Somerset.
probably going to die now.
Some cheap swords. Alright, so I guess this is the third clue.
Justice does not know sleep, and the honor of your house is yours alone. I greet you as the youngest of the brothers Randoro. The mirthless order will track you, no doubt, but that is your choice. The third part of the performance goes like this. Only when the Mera was burned in a Sujama Molag. The mare was put to the Dagon. The Mora was safe to travel again. There, it is concluded.
This feels like a session of Mad Libs.
Man, I wish I had any idea what was going on. But I can't even... I think you're interacting with ghosts or something, right?
Yeah, I'm getting... Again, they're actors in this comedy ritual thing that the Mirthless Order judges and saying, you know, hey, it's your funeral, go ahead and do this if you want, but they don't like comedy, and if you do it wrong, they'll kill you. I've got all 3 clues now, but I guess now I've got to actually rescue the guy.
I think I just killed a Vanguard Quartermaster. Do you think the speaker will be angry?
Wrong game. Gonna have to heal here. No. Healing is not going to work. No, I'm dead.
Wonder where you're gonna respawn.
At the way shrine. Well, it says at the way shrine, but way shrine in dungeons seems to mean the last, like the dungeon entrance. So I'm just at the bottom of the stairs. I'll be up there again in a minute. I think. Assuming I went the right way.
I did just see you. Oh, there we go.
And it looks like I didn't. Oh no! And of course, I mean everything respawns in here, so I gotta fight everything on the way up as well.
Not expired Pepto Bismol in my car. And actually, because I'm connected with my phone, we'll go on a field trip.
Okay. No, I've been there. I've been there. Where? Why did? The heck? I went this way. I went down over this way.
I went on a recent trip in my car, and when I do that, I often bring medicine. So that's what I'm for.
Oh, okay. I just didn't see this door. That's the second clue. I'm just running by these guys now. I'm going to try to run by them.
That's me putting on a shirt. And you've already heard me put on pants.
I'm not sure how far these guys are going to follow me. You know, there's only two behind me now. Oh, and there's two more in front of me. Alright, I'm in the room with the third. Oh, just like. Come on, get lost. Alright, well the AI chased me all the way back up to where I had died, and then I just spammed the heal, and they eventually returned to their posts. So... Oh, and you're somebody, a pet, yeah, either your pet or a pet that looked like yours was like scrambling on the edge of this cliff down here. Alright, so now I'm heading down.
That's weird. My neighbor's door wall is blocked by a massive TV.
Not a thing. What is this, a jumping puzzle?
I have to start that recording again.
Search Southern Narcissus for clues. I swear to God, it's like, oh, now I'm stuck on a wall? Alright, fine, I got out. Looks like they put platforming into this. It doesn't seem like a great idea.
In what I did.
Well, I don't know, maybe there was an easy way down, but I didn't see it. Seemed like you just had to jump across these things. Or just jump down and hope that you wouldn't die. I just got passed by You Want to See It.
Sounds like a nice guy.
Wait a minute. Is this the first...
By my sacred oath.
Okay, I jumped off the platform and it brought me down to the first guy again. So I... Yeah, jumping off this... God darn it.
Did you lose the last guy? Is that what you're saying?
Okay, so I came across a cage and the cage was empty. I think I have to wait by the cage for the guy to respawn in it because somebody else already rescued him. So I've got to go all the way back through this gauntlet again. Well, it looks like somebody else has killed the guy, so there's nobody here. I'm running it through and it's empty now. Yeah. All these spawn spots are empty. To go find out where I messed up.
I realized I forgot my car keys.
Okay, and there's the third guy, the young brother.
Yeah, I gotta go back to my car.
You went up to the car without the keys.
We're going through entirely different gauntlets.
What the heck? There was no reason to run up here. Ugh, God. Yeah, that's exactly what it does. It says you to find and free the guy, but you come up here and there's a cage and the cage is empty. And then it gives you a new objective to just leave this location
you
and
may
search
have to
somewhere
search
else.
Multiple things in that area.
Well, it says search. It wants me to exit. It says search Southern Narcissus, and it gives me the door.
And then when you go in
crypt,
there,
the door that we came in.
What is it? What is it?
I don't know. I didn't. I went back up because I assumed I had missed something. I assumed the guy was supposed to be in the cage.
I think I'm standing by the entrance.
Are you still inside, or are you outside again?
So there's my Malibu. I'm giving you a video tour. There's my Malibu. Where the bumper fell off. And then the starter stopped working. And someone ran into me here at Kroger. And here's the Crown Victoria. Which has the trip stuff in it.
What the heck? Okay, as usual, I think it's messing me up. It's because it's telling me again to go back.
Are you being
inside.
confused by the quest markers?
Oh. Well, when I'm inside, the only quest marker I have says to go outside. And when I go outside, the only quest marker I have says to go back inside.
Are you sure?
Absolutely. I look at the door now, and it's giving me the same one that it had before we went in. Find and free, send dress. But when I go inside... and I load the interior... Yeah, the quest marker is behind me, and it says, search Southern Narcissus for clues. Now, that might be a different quest, except that none of the quests in my journal have any text in them that says anything about clues. The only thing I can think of is that this other quest, which is called This One's a Classic, that's the one about the performances. It's separate from the kidnapping thing. But I had the kidnapping one marked as the one I was actually trying to do. I must search for Sendreth, but again, it just brings you up to the empty cage.
I'll Google it as soon as I get back inside. But it's, I don't know. I wish I had, ooh, look at that. It says Lilly. That's a pharmaceutical company.
I'm going to go up to this.
Yeah.
Lilly? Yeah.
Is this a cap?
So I'm going to walk up to this cage for the third time. Everybody else is doing the same thing. They are just running through all of these enemies and not bothering to fight them. But I don't see them doing anything at the top of the stairs.
Well, you don't see any of that. I didn't see anything you were doing either when you were even doing stuff. So I think those are specific to those guys.
Well, all I was doing up to now has been talking to the NPCs, so there wouldn't be anything to see. But I expected again that the cage would be a thing like open the door and free the guy, and there's nobody in it. There's no prompt. There's nothing to interact with. There's a waypoint. All right, now he's here. God.
Oh, I see. I understand. So he's not special. Oh, I see. I understand. So he's not special.
I think before, people had already freed him and it just wasn't there to do. I've been sent here to free you. Okay. Alright, so either I'm just blind and I didn't see this guy sitting on the floor, or he wasn't there because somebody just freed him already. I should have waited for him to respawn.
Who are you? What do you want with me?
Okay,
no, he's a young elf.
Thank the three. Look, I know just how to get out of here. I used to play in these tombs as a child.
The blue ghost guys are the guys for the other quest that's in the same location, which is about this comic performance thing. I think that one is the one that's telling me to search for more clues outside.
You can see the summer triangle out. Altair, Vega, and Deneb. Oh god, I almost fell. This is going to be a really interesting video. Alright, I'm going back into my apartment. I couldn't find any Pepto Bismol.
No antacid?
Out safely, I see. Thanks again.
Okay, so now we go back to the Grandmaster's chamber.
The liberation of Kragenmoor. Let's get to my father.
Alright, now for the heck of it, let me switch over to the other quest and see what it says for that.
That one's actually pretty cool. You get to watch the guy do the performance.
Yeah. Well, it gives us two options. Well, I don't know if they're options or just things. It basically says, don't tell Laughs at All about the performance, and give Laughs at All the performance.
If he does
so I guess
the
we do kind of have a choice
he
here
will die,
about whether we want... Well, but that's what we were warned. I mean, we were warned that hey, if you don't do this perfectly, you're gonna die. So, well, let's see. Oh, you know what? It's actually very upfront about it. It gives you two options, and it says if you tell him that you didn't find anything, then he will live. And the second, now see, that kind of spoils it. That kind of spoils the RP option. You're basically just straight up choosing live or die. I would rather it
Do you bring moisture?
I don't know. I'd rather funny if it's like you should just know from reading the text that, you know, it's likely or possible that the guy's going to die, and then decide, you know, whether you want to save him or whether you want to do what he asks.
I believe I liked seeing that, and I found it amusing. I did find some sore throat spray.
Oh, and he gives you a weapon for doing it.
I think
too.
that's a good one.
A bolt staff of.
I think I
cold
sold it
Canton.
for like 100 gold.
Please. Does this go somewhere?
Oh crap! And then
I
the
do not understand these words, but their performance is said to have made dark elves writhe on the ground with laughter. Perhaps this will finally immerse me in the river of humor. Here we go.
yeah, the audience is a little nonplussed by this.
Everyone
Come to the
attend.
harborage.
I
We
erect the
must speak.
spine of amusement. This performance.
Oh, that's
So
the
like
best.
watching somebody fail at Rock Band, you know?
One day in
Oh,
full
yeah.
view of Nuwa, the
He's on
mayor of
fire.
Whole Canton crushed some bucks.
Oh, right, because the audience
gone.
doesn't kill him. It's like the
In
actual...
response, the Morag of
The
Whole
audience
Canton
is like four
released their quama across the Anmur.
No, yeah,
Their
this
shame
guy
on
appears
the
and kills. The blue ghostly guy appears and kills him. The audience was
Oh,
like
right,
four
yeah,
people.
it's the guy standing off to the left of the crypt
mean-
area at a bench. That's right.
Sooth.
Yeah, yeah.
Made little sense.
Argonian, in the sacred name of the Mirthless.
All right, and now Michael Gambon wants me to go to the Harborage again, but that's a solo thing, so that can wait. I'm not bothering with that.
And then there's the golf course. And there's the church. And here's the road.
And that did level me up. Now let's finish off. Let's finish off this other one.
What a great video.
I can hear the traffic. Okay, complete the Grandmaster Chambers. Talk to Grandmaster Omendres.
Hello there.
My son is free, and my hands are unbound. Now, the Vanguard will learn the price of threatening House Drez. Accept the thanks and esteem of House Drez.
So yeah, I took this quest when I was playing solo, and actually the introduction to the quest was a way more complicated thing than the quest itself. It was this complicated political intrigue thing,
I want that era.
and I kind of don't remember what it was about. But the quest itself was pretty much straight like, oh yeah, that guy's kid is captured in there. Go rescue him.
To command the Vanguard. I believe the man's name is Captain Dunvero. Kill him. That is the price of affronting the Drez.
That seems to be what this game is. It's kind of like Destiny. And that, Jesus Christ, are these crickets loud or what?
Yes, they are
It
loud.
seems to be kind of like Destiny, where it's, you know, we have this really complicated thing, and the solution is to kill a guy and then grab something and bring it back. Or even kill a lot of guys and grab something and bring it back.
You have the gratitude of Sendrez, my new friend. I'd raise a goblet of wine with you if there was time, but there isn't. Father's given you the key then. Excellent. I'll make a mark on your map. You should find a cave there that leads to the path up the slope. There should be 2 ward stones at the entrance, each attuned to a constellation. The Atronak and the Tower, if I recall. The key should allow you to disrupt those stones, and any others you encounter on your journey. 3 guide your steps.
Okay, now there's some kind of stone puzzle that accompanies the mission to kill a guy.
If I recall correctly, the puzzles just...
Alright, so let's take a look at this.
The puzzles in this game are pretty
Let's
simple.
take a look at the
I like that.
helmet.
I love simple puzzles.
Yeah, they're not even really puzzles. Yeah, House Cousin's Helm. Yeah, well, that was way better than what I had, so.
I think I might still be wearing that helmet. Unless I think I might have found one with like a skirt though. I was playing Life is Strange today. I finally finished up with what I hadn't played yet. And there's a beast of a puzzle in that thing, and I had to look up a guide for it. And then I felt really stupid.
Okay, and I also leveled up, so let's see.
Alright, what was that software?
I think I'll do stamina. Oh, OBS. OBSproject.com.
Oh, I don't think my Xbox is streaming anymore.
Alright. Well, I finished that quest. Did you want to did you want to stop and go over setting up OBS for Doom or something? I'm not having a lot of luck with Doom. I mean, I haven't given up yet, but I haven't got it working yet either. There appears to be no way to get it running on a current Macintosh. Even the apps, like there's no version of it on Steam for the Mac, only Windows. The Mac App Store has a version, but there are multiple complaints that it does not run on the last two operating systems and no response from support about fixing it. A Windows version gives me the files, and there's a fork of the source port for it that has experimental Mac support, but it doesn't work, and you have to compile it yourself from source. A Windows version from Steam also does not run on my machine, but when I add the latest binary of the Windows source port, it does run. But there's no co-op support in it. For that, you have to use the mod. And I can't get the mod to install because the batch file that tries to install it is failing with an error message that does not lead me to any solutions on how to fix it. Oh, and there's a quest giver who wants to talk to me over here.
I can't connect to my Xbox anymore. Am I still online and in the game?
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, yeah, but you're not. It says you're offline. So I tell you what, I'm going to stop the recording now anyway.